Welcome to In Pursuit with Pastor Bill.
Hey, I'm just a simple guy in pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, wild game, fish that swim under the ice, tender smoked meat, tasty grilled meat, and Denise.
In this hour, we are going to be talking about all of that and a whole lot more. Bill has been with Maranatha since 2005 and the campus pastor at Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus since 2011. Come along and join In Pursuit.
Fired up again.
Yeah, they are. They come ready to go, man.
They do. That's a great live audience. Thank you, everybody. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How are you today?
I'm good.
Haven't seen you for a while.
I know, it's sad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to be apart.
Yeah. You're busy. You got meetings.
I do.
Yeah.
They're good. Good meetings.
Yeah. Well, meetings are good.
Yep.
It's good to do.
So it's good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you.
You look good in your sweater.
Well,
I know y'all out there can't see him, but he looks good in his sweater.
It's a hand-me-down from a future son-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually wearing a hand-me-down from a friend of mine.
That's good. Hey, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
They've been apart for 25 minutes, by the way.
You're funny, James. That's funny. And we just got back from a week off where we were in the car for
Together 24/7.
7 days straight. It's great. It's a good way to do it. Hey, it's great to have you out there. If, as always, you are listening and you're listening live, please let us know that you're out there. We are going to have, once again, some opportunities to engage.
Chris is here.
Wonderful. Hi, Chris. Thanks for
Chris.
being there. We are going to have opportunities to engage via text for those of you that are listening live, and it's just always good to have you.
Hey, James has accepted it. He's not out there shaking his head.
Yeah, he's probably not listening though either. He's got headphones on. He's probably got my mic muted in his headphones. Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, last time we did that text engagement, I think he said, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, shaking his head.
Yeah, that's okay. We're in. We're going to do it. It's fun. Well, it is great to be here. We're going to be talking. It's not a heavy conversation today at all. We're going to be talking a little bit about our vacation and road tripping.
Super fun.
Yeah. Jenny Gaskell's listening. She said she thought that the live audience was a flock of turkeys, which is not a bad sound either. We got to see last week, or actually Monday, I think we were at home, and we got to see a couple of nice big toms walk through the backyard.
Yeah, they were strutting.
Big beards dragging. That's always cool to see.
Yeah.
Very, very fun to see. Yeah. So yeah, James, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
A little tired,
Are you?
but we are all good.
Why are you tired? Did you stay up? What was on last night? A hockey game that went late, I think.
No. I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah. Well, it's a long
No.
time ago, so
Yeah.
it's understandable.
No, just still recovering from,
You've had a busy week.
yeah.
Different activities and events taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a presenter at one of these activities.
I did, yes.
Teaching
Got
as a young man, teaching all of us older people about social media and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good for you. That's awesome.
It's good stuff.
Let's see. Megan texted there. Mom and Dad, we are live and listening. I had to look at that twice, make sure Dad didn't say we are alive and listening. It was we are live and listening. Great. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. We're going to talk a little bit of soup today for our food time.
Yeah, kind of fun.
You made some soup.
I did.
Tuesday.
So when it's rainy, soup is the best.
Yeah.
And when you harvest the stuff that you're putting in the soup, it's double the best.
It's the bester.
Yeah, it's the bester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about your soup. First
Okay.
of all, the leeks.
Yeah, so my friend Sherry, she has leeks growing in her yard.
Wild leeks.
Wild leeks, and she just offered for me to come and take as many as I want. Well, a couple years ago, we went and got plants from her yard because you don't want to over-harvest them because you can over-harvest and then they disappear. But we went and got a few plants from her and we planted them in our woods, which was one of the things I wanted to do once we got land, is to plant those things that come up every year that you can harvest and eat. And I love leeks, and so we transplanted some, but I can't harvest mine yet because they're just too new.
Yeah.
And so she offered for me to come and get some. And so we went and got a few more plants to plant, and then I took a bunch to use. and then some to freeze. And so processed leeks pretty much all day on Tuesday.
You did a lot of leek processing.
Yeah, but then I made leek and potato soup. So good.
It's out of this world.
I just love leek potato soup.
Yeah.
Just love it.
It's so delicious.
Yeah.
The leek, it's an amazing thing, or an interesting thing, the wild leeks. When I worked at the produce company, we sold leeks, and they were 2 feet long, and domestically grown, harvested leeks.
Yeah,
well,
so they're ginormous.
they're
like
huge.
their radius is
like 2-inch diameter on the bulb end.
Yeah.
So these are obviously they're much smaller. They look more like a green onion than what I knew as a leek. But what's interesting is the leaves turn green and they grow up in the spring for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And then they just disappear. Like you would not know there are leeks in the woods. They just, I don't know if they die but they're only available to harvest for that short period of time.
The leek fairy comes through.
The leek fairy.
Puts casts a spell on all the leeks to make them invisible.
Yes.
Or invisibility spell.
And then goes back to the North Pole.
Yeah.
But
then in
it's
August they reach out and spread their seeds.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But so this soup, so you do all this work, but that soup is so delicious. Like if you have wild leeks growing, or you have access to them, it like Denise did a ton of work. But this soup is literally, it's just out of this world.
It's good.
This
I
soup.
like
So
it. Yeah.
Tell us how you make this soup, Denise.
Okay, Bill. So if you read about leeks, they tell you to just use the white and the tender green part, like the light green part of the leek. And these are small. These are small leeks. They aren't like big and tough. They're small, and that's I think what you get when you get them in the natural woods areas. So it's a little labor intensive because there's a lot of dirt involved. They're kind of in marshy lands, but you get them all cleaned up, and then I use the whole leek. I don't just use the white and the light green. I use the whole leaf, and I put a whole lot of leeks in, like more than anybody would ever say to put in, because I love leeks. And so I cook those in butter, salt and pepper and butter, and then I boil potatoes in a separate pot. And then, so once the leeks are cooked, add some flour to get your thickening, knowing that you're boiling your potatoes and you're going to use that potato water too, so there's some starches in there, so you don't have to, you don't want to make it too thick. It's not like you want a leek and potato hot dish.
Yeah.
You want it still to be soup. But, so once the leeks are cooked and you've got that good flavor in there, and then you've got the potatoes boiled, and I cut them small because I don't like big chunks of things in soup. I think making salads and soups with small slices of things makes it taste better. You get a better flavor mix in your mouth. And so you have those boiling, and then you combine the two, kind of stirring it in slowly because you got to flour like a roux that you're stirring the broth into. And so you stir it in there and just do it a little bit at a time so that you don't have clumps. Just pour it in, and then I did add a little, don't tell Bill though.
What?
Don't tell Bill. I added a little cayenne pepper just to give it a little boost.
Whoa.
I know. And then I put some spinach in because all the leeks in there with all the greens made me think of spinach, and I had some in the freezer. So I actually went looking for kale that I had put up last year from the garden, but I had some spinach, and so I put that in there too, and so it was good. It's a nice thick.
It's just delicious.
Just the leeks taste so good to me. I make like new potatoes and peas that way too, similar to that, but there's no onion in that. There probably will be. I could put leeks in that.
What do leeks taste like?
They taste like a green onion.
Oh.
But stronger. Like,
wow.
We put some up because I had so many. Bill actually helped me towards the end of the day because we had the grandkids too. And so we froze some.
Yeah.
And the next day I went out to get something from the freezer, like a big chest freezer, and I opened it and I went, whoa.
Dang.
Because they smell. But it smells good. It's a
good
great smell.
But it's very strong.
Yeah.
They're stronger than green onions.
Like when we went to Sherry's house and we got all these leeks and we're driving home, the car smells great.
Yeah.
It smells like leeks, you know?
That's crazy.
But it's like, I'm surprised that I like this because this is a soup there's a lot of green leaves in this soup, but I can't even tell you. It's absolutely delicious.
That's sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I had to Google what a leek looked like.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You know? But it's again, to me, it's like if you have access to something like this, it's some work, but it is so doggone good.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to take it from the ground and then cook with it right away.
Yeah. It's a great way to do it.
Yep.
Our neighbors growing up, they used to grow chives or like green onions. And we would take them by the handful and just eat them right off the ground.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good.
But, yeah.
You would probably love leeks then.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Denise has some herbs that we put in the window all winter long in the living room.
It's my pot garden.
It's like a bay window. And so we have chives and parsley and stuff. And it just made me think of this. So when Dax and Lily come over, I'm a camel. And so Lily will be riding on me, and I just on my back because I'm crawling around. But then she wants to feed the camel, and so then we go over to this pot garden in the window, and she hops off the camel and starts picking parsley and feeding me mouthfuls of parsley.
That's so
I'm eating more parsley this winter than I have in a long time because.
That is too funny.
Yeah, but you got to be
feeding the camel.
And speaking of grandkids, we're super excited. We're getting another one.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest daughter is she's pregnant. She's very pregnant, and so hopefully
Cute as a bug's ear.
Yeah, she looks adorable, pregnant. But it's so Arthur should be here Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Having a baby.
Yeah.
We're having a baby, Arthur William. Mm-hmm. And we get to babysit Walter.
Super fun.
While this is happening. Walter is their dog. I don't think he's a black lab. I don't remember what he is, but he's a puppy, but he's a big dog. He's a tall dog, long legs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch him. So
when he gets excited, he launches himself like I would say 3.5 to 4 feet straight up into the air. Like
Just
I'm not
jumps.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
my
exaggerating
goodness.
for the story or effect. He
No.
just boing right up in the air.
Yeah, he's the cutest thing.
Yep.
He's a great little dog.
He is. He's sweet.
Yeah, we're also embarking on a new journey. We are working on creating some beehives.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heather and Emily and Heather and Emily are listening.
Well,
too.
hi, Heather and Emily. Stay tuned because you're going to have an opportunity to engage via text. So stay
Super
tuned.
fun.
So we're going down this road, another journey. So we got the leeks planted. We have a garden that we'll be planting. We got wood that we're cutting and splitting. We have chickens that are laying eggs. We boiled maple syrup. And now we're going to start trying to create these beehives to get honey.
Yeah.
And so a friend gave us some old beehives that we've kind of cleaned up. And we have them set up. So now the next portion of this journey is going to be, how do you start it?
How do you do this?
Yeah, but that's the fun of it too. Is
Well, the thing is, we're not going to burn down the garage with a beehive.
we're not.
So.
It's gonna be
That's true.
I'm going to get stung a lot.
a very good
But I'm
point.
not going to burn down the garage. Yeah. So this one's safer from the property standpoint, not safer from the me being in pain standpoint.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited about it though, because I just and I've looked at some videos and ordering the starter hive and all that kind of stuff, and
We've done some research. We haven't pulled the trigger on it.
we
But
haven't.
you worked hard to clean up the hives, so that was nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you get excited because then in these videos, I think the stuff we got where you just kind of put the honeycomb in this nice sterile stainless steel, sink-looking thing, and it just drains off of them, and then drains down through the bottom where then you put it in a jug or something. But I like that when the day comes when we're eating honey from those hives, I just want to scrape off the wax and everything and just chew on our honeycomb.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
That's
that'd
going to be
cool.
so exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah,
Eating apples from our tree.
Yeah.
Hopefully pears by then.
so fun.
Some raspberry or blackberries from the
Yeah.
path.
So in the fall we're gonna eat really good, and then by spring we'll be starving.
And then we'll eat leeks right out of the ground like
That's right.
James. We'll say, I know what James was talking about. He was just a hungry boy.
Yeah. Then we'll eat turkey and leek. We'll have turkey leek soup.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
So that's going to be kind of fun. So that's just kind of catching up on just some of the stuff that's going on the homestead.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting.
It is good. Yeah. It's good to be doing.
Oh, and then grapes. Hopefully we're going to get
That's
grapes
right.
this year because we did plant some grapevines.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Or harvest grape leaves and stuff grape leaves.
Oh.
Yum.
Yeah, that sounds super fun.
He does not. He does not think that sounds fun.
No, but super fun for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do whatever we need to try and grow those leaves, but I don't know that I'm going to eat one.
No, probably
Yeah.
not.
So what we're going to be talking about today is, like I said, it's not some deep conversation and something to contemplate for hours or anything, but what we're going to talk about is our vacation. Not just to tell you about our vacation, but like even some of this stuff that we talk about that we're getting from the land, I just want to encourage you to try it. Like, that's been part of the journey is we don't know what we're doing in a lot of this stuff, but we're trying it. And you fail and you fail again, and then you find a little success, and it's super rewarding, it's super fun, it's relaxing, it's work, but the work pays off when you pull, like digging in the dirt for potatoes. I'm already excited that for fall to dig potatoes out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Because it's so rewarding and they're so good.
Yeah.
I
I started seed potatoes months ago.
mean, did you?
I did.
I didn't know
I
that.
was like, we need to have potatoes in the garden. I'm going to put these in the garage. So I've got some sitting in the garage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just fun. So I just want to encourage you, if you're listening and you think about this, even if you may not have land. I mean, like my mom and dad don't have a whole bunch of land, but they have their herb garden that they've had for years, and tomatoes and peppers, and I mean, you can still do stuff. It's just so it's fun to watch things grow. And I look at it kind of this way, like, this is all the Lord has given us, all this stuff.
It's amazing.
It's amazing what you can get just from the land that God provides for us. And
Yeah.
that's probably why it's so rewarding, because there's like this connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just cool to do.
Yeah.
And who cares if you screw it up? Like, everybody that's done anything has screwed up more times
Yeah.
than you can imagine, but they didn't stop, and that's why they found success eventually.
Yeah.
So it's just to try something. And that's kind of why I want to talk about our vacation today, because we just got back from a long road trip, and I just want to talk about road tripping. We're in pursuit of the next road trip today.
Nice.
In pursuit of the next road trip. And again, it's just something that I think a lot of people don't do, and it's such an enjoyable time. And I think the way that we do it it's perfect for us. I mean, it's relaxing and it's rewarding, and it's just so good. So that's what we're going to be talking about anyway, is in pursuit of the next road trip. But before we do that, though, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break so that we can just talk about our road trip the whole time. And always a highlight is first we get to listen to our word of the week.
Word of the Week. This is the part of the show where Denise and Bill learn new words in pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the English language, and so they can sound smarter.
It's good. I got another fun word for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't
excited.
wait.
Yeah. I'm going to spell this word first because I don't know how clearly I will come across on the radio waves, and I don't want any misinterpretations. F-U-T-Z. F-U-T-Z. Futz.
Futz.
Futz. That's our word today. James, do you know what futz means?
I do, but that's because I shot a commercial with and the director kept saying the word futz. So I got to help. I eventually just picked it up with how he was saying it. I was like, oh, that must be what it means.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a
So-
Chevy commercial.
That's awesome.
So to futz means to pass time in idleness. Doesn't that sound fun?
Absolutely.
I love to futz. Anyway, the explanation of the word futz is to waste time, often by fussing over minor things instead of tackling something important. I'm the chief futzer. The The word has a casual, humorous feel that's not as judgy as procrastination. Also, a good reason to love this word.
That's awesome.
Because it's not judging your procrastination, you're just futzing. If you're figuring out the perfect arrangement of the tchotchkes on your desk instead of actually working, you're probably futzing around.
That's awesome.
That's so funny.
Yes, and we know if we don't use our new word, we will lose our new word. So I would like to use our new word in a sentence. You ready?
I don't know.
On our days off from work, Bill and I sometimes futz around all day, wait. Just a minute, I need to start again. On our days off from work, Bill and I sometimes futz around all day. Wait, that's mostly just me. And Bill never judges me for it. He's very supportive of my futzing.
That's awesome.
That's sweet.
I love it.
And that is our word of the week.
You're listening to In Pursuit with me, Pastor Bill, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. If you would like to visit Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus, we have 4 weekend services to choose from. Visit MaranathaChisago.org to learn more and to check out some past messages. And we're back. We kind of just futzed around on our vacation.
A little bit.
Yeah, that was good. I like it. That's cute, honey. Thank you.
Thanks.
So, in pursuit of the next road trip. So real quick, here's what I want you to do. If you're still listening and you've lasted this long, stay with us. Because I have a question for you. I want you to text this into us. What's your favorite road trip that you've ever been on? Yeah, just to think about it. And those of you listening as well, text that into us. What's your favorite road trip that you've ever been on? So we just got back from a road trip where we drove out to Niagara Falls. That was our final destination, was Niagara Falls. And it's something we're trying to do just to bring a little bit of variety to our vacationing. Every other year, like we'll go south one year, we'll just fly down south, Florida or something, and just rent a room or a resort or
Enjoy the sunshine.
Verbo.
Yeah,
and just relax. But then the next year or every other year, then we're going to take a road trip. Then we're going to drive out to somewhere. So a couple of years ago, where we drove out to Big Timber, Montana, because I really wanted Denise to see where I have hunted when Mike has brought me out to the mountains. And so we took a road trip. We just drove out there. We stopped at the Badlands. We stopped at Mount Rushmore. We stopped, I think it was in Deadwood. I mean, we stopped at Waldrug. So just these little stops on the way to the big place. And so then last year we went to Florida. Now this year we just drove out to Niagara, and we went up through Duluth and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and then because we didn't have our passports renewed in time, we had to stay in the U.S., and so then we came down and ended up going through like Pennsylvania and Ohio and gone that route down, I think, on the south end of Lake Erie.
Yeah, which was just fine.
It was wonderful.
Good. Just so y'all know, it adds about 3.5 hours to your drive if you can't go through Canada. So we did lament not having our passports, but not necessarily because of the extra 3.5 hours.
Right.
It was because we couldn't go to the Canadian side at Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
So that was our little lament, taking 3.5 hours to drive extra. We just got to see more stuff.
Yeah, which was cool.
And we got to go through. That's probably why we went by that Eternal Flame State Park. Yeah. And so it didn't turn out to be a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, we did. Yeah, we got to see more stuff.
Yeah.
So we went up through that way. We went through Mackinac. I had never been there before, so we got to see that. We got to go to, Denise brought up this Eternal Flame. I mean, just the cool stuff on the way to Niagara. But I think that we travel very well together. We vacation well together. We're laid back. We get along. We love being together. So it's never a time where we feel like or just tired of being together, which makes a road trip nice, because if you don't like the person you're road tripping with, it's kind of tough to road trip. But it was good. We had a book on audio that we listened to, and I mean, it was great. Yeah. But there's a way that we do this that I think helps us be very successful at it. And one of those things, let's see, I'm getting a couple texts here.
I've got quite the participation on my side. So
that's awesome. What do you got? What do you got? What's our favorite road trips?
So Ellis said her favorite road trip was a round trip to the West Coast down to Texas and along the Gulf to Florida. She did it for 3 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jinkies, that's a long road trip.
That's awesome.
And then Heather, she likes road trip to any national park. She likes the national parks. And then Chris was a girls' weekend from Minnesota to Chicago to see the Vikings play the Bears.
Oh, that's a cool trip.
Oh, sweet.
That's fun.
That's really neat. Yeah. Jenny Gaskill says Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico and all the stops there and back.
Nice.
Yeah.
We might have to check those out sometime on one of our road trips.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
That's one thing she mentioned was all the places in between. Like you pick a spot to go like we did, Niagara, but then getting there, you aren't just powering through, driving 13, 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're stopping and enjoying yourself and enjoying the sights and places to go and places to eat on the way.
Yeah.
And I love that. Because I'm not a great power thrower. I did that when I was younger. I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the nice things. Cindy Noble is engaging. She said, I can't think of a road trip idea, but I love to futz. So you're not the only futzer.
I'm a putterer, too. Like puttering, you get things done, but you just kind of do it leisurely through your house, so you are getting stuff done. Futzing, I do that also, where you don't actually get anything done. You just kind of futz around. So I'm a putterer and a futzer.
Yeah. You get a lot done in
Both
your futzing.
Fun. Yeah.
Megan, so kids kind of throw a wrench in this, which is nice in our situation. And Megan kind of mentions that. Her and Johnny used to do it a lot before kids. Now they've kind of resumed because the kids are getting older. They went to Kentucky to see many things, and the kids loved it, and they did amazing in the car for 14 hours straight.
Nice.
Denise wouldn't do well in car 14 hours. Way to go, kiddos.
And then they're heading to Custer State Park. So
cool.
That's awesome. Bring in the camper. That's a great way to do it too. Mm-hmm. That's good. Well, some things that I think we have found, because this is one of the things I want to encourage you to do. There is so much, and a lot of the things we saw on this trip, kind of like I was talking about with the, like the garden and the food and stuff. You see God's creation. Mm-hmm. And the Bible talks about how God's creation testifies to his existence. Yeah. And when you see all this stuff driving through the Upper Peninsula, and we drove by, we saw 4 of the 5 Great Lakes, mm-hmm. and you see that, and seeing obviously Niagara Falls, it's like there's so much of just you get to see and appreciate God's creation instead of just flying over. Not that there's anything wrong with flying over, but you don't get to see it really. And taking the time to drive through it, it's amazing. So some things that we do to make it successful is comfortability.
Yeah.
We like to be comfortable, and so I like to drive, and so I do most of the driving, not because Denise isn't willing, but because I just like to drive.
Because she falls asleep after 30 minutes.
Which is a concern, but that's not. So I like to drive. So what we discovered after our last road trip, and this is sad to say because I'm getting older, but my elbows got sore because you're just resting them on something. So what we did this year is we actually brought a pillow, like my bed pillow, and we laid it on the console that's between the 2 seats, and I got to rest my arm on it. It's like, this was brilliant. Nice. And then we got home, and we were driving to work, I think, yesterday, and
he goes, I don't have a pillow.
Where's my pillow? like this was so comfortable. Where's my pillow?
Funny.
And actually, I brought 2 throw pillows for one under each arm. But because I thought they would do good, but they actually were too.
They were a little too
firm.
thick. Yeah.
And so I had brought his pillow just in case, and so I threw that one up there because I drove for just a little while. I did. He climbed it back, and I drove for a little while, and I was like putting my arm on this throw pillow, and I'm like, this is hard. And so I got his pillow out and put it on. He goes, that's nice.
Oh, it was very nice.
So we had a lot of pillows in the car. Next time we won't have to bring so many, but it was just a try. So we tried it, and the throw pillows didn't work, but the bed pillow worked great.
It worked great.
Yeah.
It was soft, and it
makes it so much better.
The comfortability. That's just is like, you don't have to suffer. Like, be comfortable. And then what we do is we lay the back seat down. So we have a crossover type vehicle where there's space in the back end.
It's extra long.
Yeah, so we lay the seats down, and then we actually put it's like a 3-inch mattress topper for a twin bed. We lay that in the back of the car, and then we pack. We don't bring an overabundance of stuff, so we have 2 duffel bags in my backpack and some food and snacks and stuff. And then the center of that whole area, you can lay down, like you can sprawl out on this mattress, and it's comfortable. So like if Denise is riding up front, or like when I was just feeling tired one day, we stopped at a rest area and Denise finished off the driving. It's unbelievable to just crawl back there, and whether you sleep or not, you're just so much more comfortable, you know?
Yeah, it changes your position.
It's unbelievable.
It just makes the trip so much better to just be able to lay down, because I was starting to get tired, and so I did the typical, like, just try and lay my head against the pillow on the window. And I was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So I climbed in back, and you just feel so much better, even if it's just for 20 minutes, half hour. Feels so much better.
But
It's
comfortability.
the only way to travel.
Yeah,
Really
figure
is.
out what you need to be comfortable. Don't suffer through, and then you get to just enjoy the trip. So comfortability is important, and then we also know this: snacks are important. Snacks are important just to keep you going. Having a jug of water or a soda in there, and plenty of Nutty Buddies, and some potato chips, and some dried mangoes. Just snacks are
Cheese curds.
oh so good. Yeah, we picked up at one of the stops. We picked up some Ellsworth garlic cheese curds. It's so good. It's just so good. Yeah. So snacks are important. Stopping when you need to stop. I mean, that's one of the other things is like it doesn't take that long to just swing into a rest area.
And it's kind of fun, because then when you get back on the road, you get to pass all the people you passed before again. You're like, we already passed those guys.
Yeah.
We passed those guys too.
And
We're almost
passing
back
people's
to where
fun.
we were.
So we were on the Ohio Turnpike, and it's just nice, easy driving. And they have, because you're on a tollway, they have these service plazas. And these service plazas are unbelievably cool. I mean, it's not just a rest area. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 restaurants in there, a Starbucks in there, a little convenience store in there, maps. I mean, very cool. One of them we stopped at. We stop at this rest area, and we get gas, and then we're sitting at a restaurant, this Steak Shack, or what was it called? I don't remember what it's called. We had a delicious burger at this thing. It was just phenomenal, the hamburger.
Yeah.
And we looked over Burger Shack, yeah. We look at
Shake Shack.
Oh,
that's what
that
it is.
place is good.
Shake Shack. That's what it was. Yeah. And so we look at one of the other restaurants, and there's a truck driver. There's this big guy, and he knew he was a truck driver because he had, James, kind of like that thing you're wearing with its headphones and a microphone. You know,
yeah.
like almost like a gaming set, but that's what truck drivers will wear so they can be talking hands free. And this truck driver stand, there's just this big truck driver, and he's holding on a leash this beautiful dog, like it. I don't know if it was like a French, not a French bulldog. Like a Rottweiler.
It was a mix, I think.
It was a mix,
but it was silver.
And beautiful, just this beautiful dog, and this head was just, and he's just looking around. And
Bill was holding both his hands on each side of his head, meaning this head was just big.
This
block,
big
block, yeah.
And so I like dogs. You know, I don't want to own a dog, but I like dogs a lot. And so we see this, and I told Denise, I said, man, I hope that guy comes and sits right by us, you know, because we're sitting there eating our burgers. And sure enough, the Lord blessed me because this guy comes. He didn't sit down. I think he was just kind of looking at the restaurant we were by, but he's like 5-6 feet from me in the booth we were sitting at. And so this guy stands there, and I looked up at him. I was like, I was just telling my wife, I hope you come over by us. And the dog's there and just shaking his tail. He said, can I pet your dog, And he's like, yeah. So the dog climbs up on the bench at this restaurant in the booth and comes over to me and just...
It was like Bill was his best friend.
It was unbelievable.
It was so cute.
Nestled right in, kind of putting his face right in my beard. And,
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, just was petting this thing, and he just kind of rolling around on me. Oh, my gosh.
It was cute.
It was the coolest thing ever.
That's cool.
Yeah. But that's one of the cool things. And I know for some it sounds silly, but for me it's like, this is what I love about this.
Mm-hmm.
The people you get to meet. One of the little places we stopped, there was a guy named Jack there, and he was kind of running the shop, and you get to talk to Jack for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And gosh, it's just so cool when you...
Jack was like 80, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
He was 80 years old,
Yeah.
working in a
convenience store type
convenience
place.
store gift shop.
Gift shop, yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
That was right by Mackinac, is where that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Owns a family farm, and just what he's doing, and he's just the sweetest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and you just get to chat with him.
Yeah.
Just
It was cool.
Yeah, just that's the kind of stuff. And so, yeah, meeting that dog in those service plazas, it was just fun to do.
Yeah.
And then another highlight for some of us, because we're staying at different hotels, and.
Like you said, some of us.
It was probably me he's talking about.
We get very excited about the complimentary breakfast
Oh,
at the hotel.
I love complimentary.
Yes, she is.
Like, I will not stay at a hotel unless it gives me a complimentary.
you should talk to Scotland then.
Really?
Yeah, she loves it too.
Oh, I just love it.
Yeah. It's great.
Especially if they have a waffle maker.
The waffle maker. Yep.
Sweet.
And so there you get all there. There's all these variations, and the people that are around, and the food you try, and the way they do it, and
Yeah.
But again, it's just
Jesus was teaching me patience too, because we were at this one
Yeah.
at this one hotel, and this guy stood at
Wait
the
a minute.
waffle maker.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on to your
dear.
story, James. I can't even tell you this one hotel we stayed at just outside of Sandusky, Ohio. This hallway of this hotel. So we didn't realize this hotel was this long. I mean, and I'm not just on like you like in Niagara, we stayed like on the 6th floor of a hotel. I'm not talking tall. I'm talking long.
Wow.
I had no idea. So we just go in, we check in, and he's like, "Yep, your room's about halfway down the hall," and okay. We get out of the lobby, we turn down this hall, and I'm not even kidding, it looked like this hall went on forever.
Yeah, like the length of a football
Like
field.
forever. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So our room was in the middle of that hall, and I'm carrying all of our stuff. I'm like, we're moving our car for sure when we leave. So I had my my rangefinder in my backpack, because it's the backpack I take hunting. Yeah, so I kept wanting to just poke my head out and range find how, because I'm serious, this thing had to be 200 yards.
Did you do it?
Well, listen, here's why. Because I didn't want to go to jail. So there was always somebody in the hallway, like walking around, and I thought, what are they going to do if I step out of my hotel room in this day and age, and I got my rangefinder?
That's a really good point.
Checking out. So I stepped out in the hall a couple times to see if it was ever empty, and I'm like, I can't do this, because we were in the middle, and all I was going to do was range find to the end of the hall here and here, and then obviously add it up. But still, like, I'm not even kidding. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2 football fields long. This hallway
That's
just
so cool.
went on
Yeah, it did.
forever and ever and ever. So continue.
And we're one trippers, and so everything that needs to come in from the car, you do in one
We
trip.
carry it
and
all,
so,
man.
Yeah,
Same.
like your legs kind of buckle a little bit underneath the weight. So turned the corner, it was like, oh, Jesus, help us. We got to get to that room. But anyway, so we were at a hotel, and this guy stood at the waffle maker, and he made 6 waffles. 6. And there were lines forming behind him, and then they would dissipate, because it's like, this guy's never going to move. And then another group of people would come in, they'd stand in line behind him, and they'd dissipate. So I had to wait through that whole thing, and I was just like, Jesus, you got to help me, because I'm not liking that guy very much right now. And so then I did get up there, and I stood in line just a little bit, because everybody else who was waiting got in line then.
Well, and it takes like 3 to 5 minutes to make a waffle.
Yeah. And so that dude was standing there for 6 waffles.
To evaluate how worthy that hotel waffle is.
It's very worthy.
Yeah, well, that's you're talking to a lady who she loves the like this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a highlight of this traveling is
understand.
Yeah.
and so this guy is standing between Denise
my
and her
waffle.
waffle. He doesn't know the danger he was putting himself in. That's the reality.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I like complimentary breakfasts.
Yeah. It's part of the adventure.
And we don't eat continental breakfast. If a hotel offers a continental breakfast,
That's
we don't
different.
stay. We
Yeah.
don't stay.
Is that the one that is all
Just-
cold food?
Yeah,
and it's just like
donuts and
grab and go?
yeah. No, thank you.
I don't mind those.
No. You need the waffle and the English muff. I mean the omelets and the sausage or bacon. The first place we stayed at, bacon. Yum.
Wow.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. It's just another, like, it's part of the adventure. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying, like, this is all part of the fun. And it seems like it's not like you're looking forward to Niagara Falls, but it's part of the adventure, of the excitement of what's this breakfast going to be. Like, every day, that was part of the conversation. Honey, what'd you think of the breakfast today?
Yeah.
And some of the little sausages, it was like they were jerky, you know?
That's cool.
And
It's like,
some-
that's going in the trash.
But some of them it was delicious. But it's all part of the super fun adventure of getting out on a road trip and seeing the creation. The other thing that we love to do is or that we find benefit is the flexibility of it, because we didn't make a single reservation.
Yeah.
Like the whole, because we were talking about it and looked at different resources for planning kind of the route and what we want to do and stuff like that, and the flexibility. We not a single reservation for and it was a 7-day trip. Like, we left on a Sunday and we got home on a Sunday, and we didn't have one single reservation the whole time. And that makes some people, because I think when we were talking to Emma, my oldest daughter, that kind of makes her uneasy, like not having that plan. And I get that, but the flexibility is like there's no pressure. Like, you don't have to drive a certain distance if you don't feel like driving a certain distance, because there's no pressure to get there.
Well, that being said, though, we went on an off time. Like, it wasn't peak tourism time.
Yeah, so
in
we didn't
Niagara.
have to worry
like,
about
if you're
it in
going to
Niagara.
Niagara and you don't have a hotel and it's peak time, you might be sleeping in your car.
Yeah.
So you can't do that if it's peak time.
That's true.
You could do that while you're traveling out there in the non-destination spots.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And we did know that it's a possibility. We were like, okay, we may have to sleep in the car one night if we
Yeah.
don't get a hotel, but that never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were fine with it, but that's the flexibility of it, and that's because that's what we want to do. Like the vacation, we don't want to come home from vacation and feel like you need a vacation.
Yeah.
We want to relax, and so that's what it does for me. Is like, because otherwise I'm like, we got to get up, we got to get going, we gotta come on, and then I'm stressed the whole time. So this way, it's like there's no pressure, there's no deadlines. It's just a great thing. Another thing that I really want to encourage people to do if you're a road tripper or new to road tripping is don't be afraid to get off the beaten path.
Oh, yeah.
Get
so
off
much
the
fun.
main roads, because we found, Denise mentioned this a little bit earlier, Denise discovered what they call the eternal flame, and what this is it's and I don't understand even how this works, but there's some kind of like a natural gas leak right out of the earth, and so somebody discovered this, they lit it, and it's a flame that's burning. But what's really cool is it's in a park, you got to hike to it, it's like a mile round trip hike. And it's a beautiful hike through the woods, and then you actually go down into a deep ravine where they put stairs in, and then you backtrack and you're in this creek.
Cool.
Like we had rubber boots on for this hike because we were gold star prepared.
Because we were reading up on it.
And so you walk to it, but then you get there and it's like there's a waterfall coming down, and tucked in this little, small little cave nook in the side. Well, there's a flame that's right there.
Nice.
And it's
Behind the waterfall.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but it's like it's 5-10 miles off the main road to get to Niagara, and it's just cool. It was right in. It's in this little community. I think it was called Hamburg, New York, and and it's attached to. So here's another little funny story, James. You're a fan. You know what The Office is, right? The show, The Office. Okay,
yeah.
So it's filmed in California, but it's set to take place in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Okay, so we're driving and we're looking at our map, and we see on our map where it says Scranton. And we're I think we were in Ohio coming up to Pennsylvania to pass into New York. And so we see Scranton, and we're like, we're going right by Scranton. We got to stop and look for some of these landmarks that are in the opening video.
Yeah.
So then we start looking a little closer into it and realize, well, what we were seeing was Scranton, New York, which is this tiny little
Hamlet. It's a hamlet.
It's called a hamlet.
Inside of Hamburg.
Yeah, but it's its own little city or hamlet or whatever. And so we still wanted to go and we're going to get a picture of something that says Scranton, because Scranton, Pennsylvania is 4 hours farther east. So, but because of all that, that's where we found this little thing called this eternal flame, which is probably one of the neatest. I mean, Niagara is Niagara, of course.
It's cool.
But this little flame and the hike to it and all of that was definitely a highlight of this trip for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it's off the beaten path, and you can't be afraid. We found this barbecue place in Buffalo, New York, that we stopped for lunch. And again, it's off the beaten path a little bit, but it's a barbecue place called Fat Bob's. And so I have an older brother named Bob. And so we took a picture. I'm standing right under the sign that says Fat Bob's, and I'm just standing with my arms stretched out like this. And I sent it to him. I just said, I don't know why I couldn't help but think of you. But the food was out of this world. I had brisket, and Denise had what's called Texas mac and cheese. I would go back for that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
like the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
And then in Sandusky, Ohio, we're running out of time. In Sandusky, Ohio, we stopped at this little place called a Maritime Museum, where you learn about the Underground Railroad, where they would bring slaves that they're trying to help get free. They would bring them in to Sandusky, and then they'd get on these boats and bring them up to Canada for their freedom. So all that history, and they cut ice out of the lake, all this stuff. Well, we passed this little hole-in-the-wall bar diner called the Sail Inn. So we stopped in there after this museum for a quick bite. Great food. I had perch, and we had a burger. But the owner came over and sat down and just started chatting with us.
That was
that's
good.
sweet.
That was good fish too.
It was delicious.
It wasn't battered too much, and
just a light powder batter.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievably good. So, but it's off the beaten path, and that's where you find like if we would have stopped at a big chain store, you're never going to sit and have these conversations. The guy that waited on us was a 40-year friend of the owner, and friendly guy, and the owner comes over and sits down and talking about Minnesota and I mean, it's just
nice.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah,
so to not be
cool.
afraid to get off the beaten path, but part of that is because of the flexibility.
Yeah.
We're not on a deadline. We can take an hour and we can drive out of the way a little bit and sit down and have a meal at this little hole in the wall. So, and then obviously Niagara was cool.
Nice.
So that's
obviously Niagara was cool. That's why we went out there. But
that's kind of our trip. But I just want to encourage you, if you're a vacationer, that don't be afraid. Take a road trip and just relax and enjoy what God has created. Our time is up. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
bye for now.
See ya.
Thanks for joining In Pursuit with Pastor Bill and me, Denise. We hope you will tune in next Thursday at noon as the pursuit continues. In Pursuit is a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio, on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.